Imagine a quiet neighborhood full of happy families, where children play in the streets without fear. Suddenly, terror strikes. A child disappears, then another and another. A terrifying criminal lives among them, watching them silently. No one knows who he is or when he will strike again. Today I will tell you the true story of the Beast of Hawally, the monster who terrorized Kuwait for years. 2006, Hawally, Kuwait, one of the busiest and most densely populated areas in the country. Life was normal until terrifying reports started pouring into police stations, reports of assaults on young children in public places. All the victims were children between 6 and 12 years old. Deep fear gripped the residents, and everyone's lives changed because of the series of crimes that shook the community. Behind these heinous crimes was a name: Hagag Mohammed Adel El Sayedi, an Egyptian national. He was a fitness trainer, tall, muscular, with an imposing appearance, wheatish complexion, short black hair, and he spoke Arabic with a clear Egyptian accent. He lived in the heart of Hawally and led a normal life while silently watching his victims and planning his next crime. Hagag knew how to blend among people without being noticed. He appeared completely normal, greeting children with smiles and kindness. But behind this facade, he was planning something horrific. From 2006 to 2007, Hagag El Sayedi committed more than 17 assaults on children. He carefully selected his victims, approached them in public places, and lured them with lies or gifts. His plan was clear: lure children to isolated places like the rooftops of abandoned buildings where he would commit his brutal crimes. The number of crimes increased alarmingly, yet the police had no decisive evidence to uncover the perpetrator. Schools began banning children from walking alone, and parents started accompanying them everywhere. That period was filled with fear and continuous anxiety, as no one knew who the next victim would be. At first, the Kuwaiti police faced great difficulty in reaching the criminal. The victims were in severe shock, and their memories were blurry and unclear. However, over time, the investigation began to show some hope when one child survivor managed to provide a detailed description of the attacker. The child said the attacker was tall, muscular, with a wheatish complexion, and short black hair. He also confirmed that the attacker spoke Arabic with an Egyptian accent. Immediately, police sketch artists created a composite drawing of the attacker based on the description. Although the drawing was not perfectly accurate, it was the first real lead. The police started reviewing lists of local residents in Hawally, focusing on those who fit the strong, athletic profile, such as fitness trainers. Over time, one name stood out: Hagag El Sayedi. The police began monitoring Hagag El Sayedi. His movements appeared very normal, but there were inconsistencies in his daily schedule. There were unexplained periods of time, and some of his stories didn't add up. The police started gathering evidence secretly. In July 2007, after mounting pressure, Hagag decided to flee Kuwait. He booked a flight to Egypt, packed his belongings, and headed to the airport. But the police had already prepared an ambush for him. Before he could board the plane, he was surrounded and arrested in front of hundreds of travelers. Hagag tried to maintain his innocence, but the evidence was undeniable. The DNA collected from the crime scene matched his DNA, making it impossible for him to escape the charges. Hagag's trial became a huge media event, with everyone eagerly waiting to know the fate of the person who had instilled so much fear in their hearts. During the trial, the brutality of his crimes became clear to everyone. There was a complete absence of remorse for his actions. On the contrary, he tried to claim he had been tortured into confessing. But the scientific evidence and testimonies were too strong, making his attempts at denial useless. Eventually, the Kuwaiti court sentenced Hagag El Sayedi to death. The sentence included 5 death penalties by hanging, life imprisonment, and financial compensation to the victims. This ruling was met with great relief by the Kuwaiti community, believing that the closure of this case would provide some comfort to the affected families. In June 2013, the death sentence against Hagag El Sayedi was carried out.
اتهمت النيابة العامة المحكوم عليه حجاج محمد عادل السعدي مصري الجنسية في الجناية رقم 182 على 2007 حصر نيابة حولي 51 على 2007 جنايات الجابرية أنه في يوم 8/2/2007 بدائرة مخبر شرطة الجابرية محافظة حولي 1. خطف المجني عليها البالغة من العمر 6 سنوات عن طريق القوة بقصد هتك عرضها. أصدرت محكمة الجنايات حكما حضوريا بمعاقبة المتهم حجاج محمد عادل السعدي بالإعدام شنقا وذلك عما أسند إليه.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the like button because there are more thrilling stories on the way.